What's up, everyone, and welcome to Project XTalk, an Xbox podcast, episode number 136, presented by Save the Game Media. I'm your host, Kevin, and I am joined by my usual co-host, Mr. Physical Copy, who is running on, I think, about 2 hours of sleep. Ethan, how you
Rocking
doing,
and
buddy?
rolling. I'm doing good. Long week so far. I gave Kiki, our new cat, her first bath today. Myself and my
Oh.
wife. It wasn't as dramatic as I was expecting. She just more kind of gave me. I don't know about your cats, but whenever my cat's mad at me, she gives me that look. Like, why would you do this to me? She did it when we
Okay.
had to put the cone on her head after she got spayed, and she did it today with
Mhm.
with the bathtub, and it breaks your heart every time. But damn,
So you know what's funny is my cats like water.
what?
Our one cat, I'd say our one cat is indifferent to water. Like he'll get
Mhm.
in, he'll just it is
She's
what
like,
it is.
whatever. Yeah.
The other cat genuinely loves being in water. And if you leave the bathroom door open and you're taking a shower, she will try to come into the shower with you. She'll
Yeah.
just like
No.
walk in, hop. I'm like, no, I can't. We're not taking a shower together. This
It
isn't.
was the opposite. We had to discover today whether Kiki liked water or not. I picked her up and the bath was all ready, and I started slowly lowering her in, and immediately her feet went. Whoop, and I'm like, oh, here we go. She's not gonna like it.
What is this? Sometimes they'll just like take their paw and like put it in their water bowl, and I'm like, "What are you doing? Why are you like this?
Your
What's
cats
going
are
on?"
a little touched,
Yo,
Kevin.
I love them. I love them so much.
Yep.
I'm glad your cat is having a good time,
Yeah.
adjusting well. I spent the last week dying,
Oh,
so I'm finally getting over my sickness.
was
So
it the
like,
flu?
I think it
What
was.
was
I
it?
think it was the flu. It's been going
Oof.
around apparently, from what I've been hearing.
It's like
But
30 things going around where
I
everyone's getting
was
sick all the time.
I was literally dying in bed for like multiple days. And then I went to work because I was using all my sick days. And I basically was just like blowing my nose and coughing and like confined to my office. But I did nothing. I literally just sat there miserable. It was like watching you. I couldn't think. I was like congested. I'm like, I don't even talk to me. I don't even
This
know what's
world is
going on.
just collecting endemic diseases like Pokemon.
Mm. But feeling a little better. So remember, this is an Xbox podcast. And if you
Mm.
like it, we post every Thursday on YouTube and your favorite podcast service of choice. So while you're over there, please drop us a rating, a review. It does help us in that algorithm. If you want an easy way to review all Save the Game Media shows, head over to our Twitter at Save Game Media. I just posted all of our Apple, Spotify links. You can hit us all at once, boost us in those charts. It does help. I've noticed. All right, when I search Xbox, all right, we show up. We're climbing. We're climbing the charts. I need
We
your help.
show up.
We
That's
show up.
what matters.
Well, we should listen. There's plenty below us, but there's plenty above us. All right,
A
and
lot of
we
them.
can get higher. We can go higher.
You got it
Um,
to the mountaintop.
if you'd like to interact with us more, please come join the Discord. The link is in the description down below. And if you want to support us further, get early access to Save the Game Media content and exclusive bonus post shows, head over to patreon.com/save the game media. Choose the tier that's right for you, like our current Patreon supporters. So thank you to Bucky Blue, Amon, Fabulous Brianna, Brianna's mom, Brianna's brother, Brianna's wife, Nikolai at Night, Cypher Primus, Brendan Myers, Marcus O'Neill, Lillian, Mimi J, The Snack Network, David Hotright, Dave Harp, and the Xbox Expansion Pass. Thank you all for your support. We appreciate each and every one of you. And you got some post show coming your way after this. And I think we're gonna do 3 this month. All right, we only gave you 1 last month. I
Yeah,
know we
yeah.
gotta catch up. We gotta catch up. And we have a new thing coming. All right, instead of making me suffer, if you're interested, it's going to be a crossover between all the shows once a quarter. Gaming trivia. All right. We love doing
Love it.
gaming trivia here. So we're going to be making sure to give you guys that. I think the plan is it'll go to the $5 patrons for a bit, and then it will be released to either just normal patrons or everyone after when the
Mhm.
next episode comes out. So it'll be on a cycle. All right. So if
Yep.
you're interested in that, patreon.com. But now that we got the housekeeping out of the way, Ethan, what have you been playing this week, my friend?
So I've finally beaten Jedi Survivor. I think total 65, maybe 70 hours. I need to recheck my hour count. But just amazing, amazing ending. Left you on a cliffhanger, just like the first game. There's gonna be a Jedi 3. Um, Respawn's not getting rid of this franchise anytime soon. It's probably one of the best single player titles that has come out of EA in the last decade. And they're going to keep that train rolling with that franchise, which is really, really exciting because that cast of characters is incredible. and you get new characters along the way that fit in really well. And so far, I'm just stoked to see that they are setting up for a third game, and I'm really excited to see whatever that is. So that's pretty much all I've been playing is Jedi Survivor. I think I opened Ravenlock for maybe 10 minutes and did that
Mm,
first little area around the new
mhm.
farm that you're living at. I love it. I love the colors. I love the little puzzles you get to do, finding different items and stuff. It's just one of those really relaxing indie games that I have so much fun playing. It's definitely something I want to sink my teeth into probably tomorrow. And then of course Zelda is out, and I haven't played it yet, but damn, I need to try and find some time to at least jump into Hyrule just for a little bit.
I think Kyle is close to the 100%. Last I checked, he
Wow.
is well over 100 hours though. All right, like
Woo.
he's done all the shrines. He's basically completed everything else.
Yeah.
So he's going hard in Zelda. Ravenlock though, glad to hear you're going to jump into it because I really
Got
love
to.
that game. And you can play depending on how much free time you have tomorrow. I think it's your day off.
Yeah.
I 100%ed it in 3.5 hours, so it's
Yeah.
really not a
I'm
long
hoping to
game.
get a good session in tomorrow and
Yeah.
knock it out.
Yeah. So I haven't. I've also I've been playing mainly waiting for Diablo 4 has been my main game I've been
Googling
playing.
when does Diablo 4 come
Yeah,
out.
yeah. I got early access. Gonna be playing tomorrow, Thursday at 7 p.m. As soon as the servers go live, I'll be
Can you
jumping
do the
in.
New
Getting
Zealand trick, or is it worldwide
no,
same time they're opening
no, it's
servers up?
worldwide, and the only way to play tomorrow is to buy the digital deluxe or the ultimate edition, and you get 4-day early access. Otherwise, it
Nice.
comes out next week. So,
Yeah.
I love Diablo. I'm super excited. Literally, I was like, what games could I play to pass the time until Diablo 4 comes out? I tried Shadow Warrior 2, and let me tell you,
Ooh.
you know how I liked Shadow Warrior
Yeah, we
3. I was a
both did.
yeah. Shadow Warrior 2 is a hot trash pile of
Really?
garbage. I
Oh,
did not enjoy it at all.
that's
I
disappointing.
played for a little bit and I was like, this game the protagonist doesn't shut up. And I was like, what's this is nothing like
It's
3.
not the same
No.
protagonist?
I think it is the same protagonist, but it's complete. I swear to God, they were like, let's change the game. Let's just make a Doom game. And then they did. And I was like, this is way better than whatever this
Yeah,
2 is. I did not like 2 at
perfect.
all. I did also try Planet of Lana.
Ooh, I have that downloaded too. I forgot to mention that. I have that downloaded ready to go.
Planet of Lana
Uh-oh.
is not for me.
Okay. All right.
Um, I think I called it to Bree Planet of Boring
Oof.
because it's very much if you liked the game Inside, which
Nice.
I don't. Uh, this game is basically you walk really slowly until you get to one area where you have to do a little puzzle, and then you do the puzzle, then you go to the next area, and you just repeat this over and over again. You just walk side to side. I found the puzzles to be not very fun or engaging, and some of them quite janky. The game, just the movement, like you have to jump, and like there's certain timing for some of the puzzle elements, and it was just not clicking with me. So I will say, beautiful game, beautiful artwork,
Yep.
beautiful soundtrack. That much I can give it. This I can understand why it got the reviews it did because it did review very well. And there's an audience for this game, but that audience is not Kevin.
I think that audience might be me because I'm a big fan of like Limbo and Inside, and this just seems like a brighter, more vibrant version of those games. And I'm
Mhm.
excited to jump into it. I'll definitely talk about it next week.
Yeah, there's
I'll
a
probably hop into it tomorrow.
it gets better because you eventually get a little companion who helps you with the puzzles. Like you can command them to do like go in holes or they
That's
can do
cool.
jumps you can't. They can bite through wires. So like there is a little more to it than just like you being the person, but it wasn't for me. A game I did play and beat though. This was I beat it in one day and this was 2 weeks ago now because we missed last week because I was sick. River Bond. And for anyone that doesn't know, this is Coco Cucumber's first game,
Cocoa Cucumber,
or at least I think it's their
a
first
name
game.
we're familiar with.
Yeah, they did Ravenlock, so this is the
Yep.
game I think believe they did before Ravenlock. It is a voxel art style again, so it has the cube, same elements going on.
Right.
This game I don't like nearly as much as Ravenlock. You can kind of see in some of the combat the early ideas that would become Ravenlock. This one is still very much mash the X button. You occasionally get a gun and you can then shoot with the like. There are some few different mechanics there, but it's kind of a dungeon crawler. Like you have 9 levels. You go into one, you beat the boss, and you just try to get high scores. So I did all
Huh.
9 levels, and then I was like, all right, I'm done with this game. Like I did all the levels. It was a enjoyable experience. Nothing really in terms of story or any of that. So it really is just if you want a fun, like no brain power,
Right.
nothing to pay attention to, just hack
Good
and slash.
podcast game.
Yeah, yeah. I was listening to a podcast on like the
Perfect.
second screen while I was doing it. So it's a perfect way to describe that game. But I like Ravenlock more. I think this developer has a bright future, though. From what I've played, I think they're evolving. I can see it, but from
Yeah,
each
it's
game.
cool that you notice those similarities and you could kind of connect those two games because it shows that they have that art style, they have that style that they want to hone in on and do really well at, and they're constantly making improvements. So obviously, if you really enjoyed Ravenlock, they're making those improvements. That's
Yeah,
good.
and the game is still very pretty. They know how to make those vibrant, beautiful worlds. So I'm really impressed with Cocoa Cucumbers, and I hope to see more from them. They're a developer, indie developer. I'm going to keep my eye on for sure. But that's really all I've been playing. Unless you want to hear about some FIFA career mode, which no one does,
Nobody
because
wants to hear that. These
FIFA. Yeah,
FIFA 23.
yeah.
Yeah,
Of
yeah, I
course, of
figured.
course. Yeah, FIFA
You're
23.
you're the bi-yearly installment guy.
Yeah,
Every
yeah.
year.
Except next, there's no FIFA
I was
next
gonna
year.
say
It's
it's
EA
gone.
Sports FC.
Oh, all the same licenses and everything.
Yeah, they don't have the FIFA license, which basically means they won't have a World Cup mode, which no one played anyway.
Uh,
So who cares?
Perfect. All right then.
We can move on to the news, though. It's going to be a bit of a shorter news segment this week, but don't worry, guys. We got our Xbox Showcase predictions for you. The Xbox Showcase is in less than 2 weeks now from the time of this recording. We will be live reacting. The entire
Yes.
most of the Save the Game media crew will be live reacting on that day, if not all of us. So come hang out with us. I think we'll go live probably 12:45-ish Eastern time
Yes.
that Sunday, June 11th. So come hang out with us, please. But Ethan, PlayStation had their showcase last week, and you're like,
Mm-hmm.
Kevin, this is an Xbox show. Why are we talking about a PlayStation showcase? That's a great question. You didn't watch the showcase. You've been so
Not
busy,
yet.
which
Not
is
yet.
I've watched it multiple times, multiple library.
Multiple.
I like so what I like to do is like to watch everyone else I know live react to it. Like
Oh yeah.
go to
I do the live
carpool,
react
go to
circuits and then you
yeah,
just
yeah,
skip to
yeah,
the spots where it's like there's a hype moment
yeah,
or
yeah,
there's like a
exactly, yeah,
stupid thing and see what
yeah.
they say. I love it.
But I did want to give a showcase recap for PlayStation because Xbox confirmed immediately after, literally frame one, the showcase was over. They're like, that was some great games. Here's all the ones that are coming to Xbox. And I was like, yo, Xbox, you gotta chill. The corpse is still warm over there. So the following games from the PlayStation Showcase are also confirmed to be coming to Xbox. July 20th, we get Immortals of Avium, which we already knew this was not a new release date. Ethan, this is that spell shooting game from EA Originals. I don't
Oh
know if
right.
you've seen it before, but
Yep. I've
so
just looked it up. I
this one's
recognize it.
confirmed. I think this game looks pretty good.
Yeah.
I'm pretty interested in it. I think the story is probably going to be whack, but I think the gameplay is going to be really fun. It is an EA game, so my strategy is wait for EA Play in Game Pass.
Okay. I see. It's gonna be riddled with microtransactions anyways, I bet. Um
You got any interest in this one?
mm, I've seen a little bit of it. Looks interesting. I want to see more. Again, I haven't watched the showcase, so I don't know what they showed off. So once I watch the
They just
showcase,
show off more of the same.
yeah, then I'll probably wait and see more of what the gameplay loop's going to be exactly. How
It's like
everything
a
works out.
Doom-esque shooter.
Yeah. Next game you're going to talk about though.
Yeah, October
That's what I'm
12th,
about.
we got a release date. One of, I think, 3 release dates that they actually gave during this showcase. We still don't know when Spider-Man's coming out.
Woof.
October 12th, Assassin's Creed Mirage.
So excited for this, Kevin. I mean,
I suggest you look at this trailer
why?
because I think you'll be really liking what you see.
Oh,
This,
you scared me for a second because I thought you were going to say it's garbage, and then I was going to reply with "You hate Assassin's Creed, so I don't care about your opinion." But
mm,
But I think this was expected to come to Xbox. It's Assassin's Creed, Ubisoft. They don't care about exclusivity. They want it on everything. So
Yeah,
yeah,
for sure. It was. I think the trailer, when you watch it, you'll be pleasantly surprised. It is going back to that old school
yep.
Assassin's Creed one,
Any
two
gameplay?
style gameplay. Yeah, tons of gameplay.
Ooh, that's exciting. I'm
Yeah,
ready for
it
that.
was mostly a gameplay trailer, so
Nice.
it looks good for the Assassin's Creed fans. But
Yeah.
October 17th, 5 days later, we get Alan Wake 2,
Walking
which
Simulator 2.
get out of here. You don't like Alan Wake.
I don't. I haven't played them. I didn't. But it's a horror game and it's like a walking sim. It's very rare for me to jump into a new horror franchise like that. The
I
medium.
will.
It's a miracle that I finished that game.
So Alan Wake has combat. Like you have a gun, and it's not just a walking simulator. There's way more.
Really?
Yeah, yeah.
Maybe I
Alan,
should play.
I love the original Alan Wake. I like most of Remedy's games. The only ones I haven't played, the only one I haven't played is Quantum Break, which is the ideal. Funny enough, the one Kyle, my brother, loves.
Hmm.
And I haven't played it. I love Control. I love Alan Wake. I'm super excited for Alan Wake 2. They seem to be taking it more of in a survival horror approach, which I'm probably going to
That's
be more
scary.
scared. Yeah,
Yeah.
I was like, this trailer is giving me like Resident Evil vibes. Like they were walking slowly through a dark hallway, and then someone busts through the wall, and I was like, oh my lord,
Alan Wake 1 has been remastered, correct? Or like
yes,
reimagined or whatever. Okay, so
remastered.
there's a way I can go and play that.
Oh
Good.
yeah, and it's on sale all the time. I bought it for like $21.
Yeah, I might just need to suck it up and go because I mean people talk about it all the time, and I feel like you either completely hate Alan Wake or you love it to death. Like I haven't really heard a lot of middle ground on that, and I kind of want to see what it's all about myself.
I know Bree doesn't like the gameplay of Alan Wake.
Oh
She was
yeah, I remember she was really not
very
enjoying
down.
Alan Wake.
Don't understand. Don't know what she's talking about. But Alan Wake 2, October 17th, no physical release. No
Oh,
physical release.
that breaks my
They
heart.
announced that there will not be a physical because the game will be $10 cheaper. They're they're saving costs. So if you buy it on consoles, it's only $60. If you buy it on Epic Game Store, it is $50.
What?
Yep. $10
That's
cheaper on PC on the
if
Epic Game Store.
so they're justifying getting rid of the physical release by saying it's $10 cheaper. Is that what you're
Mhm.
saying to me?
Yes, yes, that is their
So every PC
justification.
game that still costs like $70 when it comes out that EA charges or Ubisoft charges, they're just jipping us out of the $10, right?
But yeah, basically.
See,
Also,
that doesn't make
I
sense to me.
love how
Doesn't
Epic's
make sense.
obviously publishing the game,
Yeah.
and so it'd be an Epic Game Store exclusive, and I love how they're like $50 here, $60 on
That
consoles.
sounds illegal. Like, is that legal? We just had our
Ah,
deal busted up. What's going on over in Epic Games, Kevin?
part of me is like, should I buy it on Epic Game Store and save $10? I'm like, no, I
Don't do
can't.
that to
I
yourself.
can't. I'll have a miserable time. I'm gonna
Yeah.
play it on my Series
You're
X,
gonna
but
have to open up the Epic Game Store when you want to launch it.
yo,
Gross.
I open up the Epic Game Store all the time. I like the Epic Game Store.
That's because you just like hoarding free titles
That's right.
that you don't play. You're just hoarding.
Fallout New Vegas.
Yeah, like
Boom.
what are you doing with that? You're not
I
gonna
just
play that
claimed
game.
it. Just claimed it. All right. We got some undated games coming to the platform. These are either 2023 dates, no date, or 2024, or wherever. These were ones without specific dates. So, Ghost Runner 2 has been announced, the sequel to Ghost Runner.
That's exciting.
I thought the first one was way too hard and
It's
bounced
yeah,
off it.
it was extremely hard, but it was so fun. The satisfaction you get from being able to run a level like it's like playing a game that you can only speed run. Like there's no other option but speed running in this game, and it
Mhm.
forces you to use that part of your brain to try and speed. And it's chaos and it's fun, and I love it. I'm excited for Ghost Runners
I
too.
was
It's gonna be a good time,
terrible at it. It looked good.
and
It
it's
looked
beautiful. Yeah,
yeah, it is a beautiful game. I played it, I think, at 120 FPS. Like, it was gorgeous when I
Woo.
played it. I was just really bad at it.
Yeah, me too.
Next one is super exciting, though. Bungie has a new IP
Mhm.
marathon. It is a PvP extraction shooter. No story, but it will be coming to all platforms.
All
Ethan, how
right.
are we feeling about Bungie's new IP? Literally, this is
Um,
a cinematic. What I told you is more than we got in this reveal trailer.
yeah, cool. Definitely want to see more. I've played extraction games before, like Rainbow Six Extraction, and I really enjoyed that gameplay loop of being going in with a group of four, three of your buddies, completing objectives, getting out
Mm,
of there. That sort of gameplay loop is extremely fun to me. One of the reasons why I was kind of excited about Redfall, because it kind of sounded like it had that sort of gameplay loop where you could go out with your buddies, do a mission, complete objectives, get back to home base, and regroup and all that. But love that gameplay loop. I'm looking forward to it. Definitely got to see more. But Bungie, they're a masterclass developer. I have no doubt in my mind that the first person shooter mechanics are going to be incredible. No doubt in my mind that it's going to be a great and rich story, going to be exciting. And it'll be cool to go back and play a Bungie game because I've never played the Destinies. Because by the time I even showed interest in playing them, it was so far out and I didn't.
mm.
It's one of those games where it's like I can't catch up. Like nobody's starting to play World of Warcraft right now. Same thing with me in Destiny. So it's cool that they're jumping into a new IP that I can jump into.
Yeah, I'm excited to see more. Marathon obviously is one of Bungie's first games that they ever did, the IP anyway. This is
Yep.
going to be a very different style marathon to what
Yeah.
those were. I want to see gameplay. I want to know when it's coming because it had no date whatsoever.
Oh, not for a bit.
And I'm okay with trying an extraction shooter. I'm more okay with trying a Bungie extraction shooter because
Yeah.
they know multiplayer, they know gameplay loops. So I'm excited to see more. They did announce more Destiny 2 content, the final shape. There'll be a showcase on August 22nd for that. Cade 6 is alive somehow if you care about Destiny. I don't,
Mm.
that's all I know. Next, we got Dragon's Dogma 2. Never played the original. This game looked pretty just generic hi-fi or high fantasy to me.
Yeah.
I don't know the
Basically.
appeal to this game. It has a cult following,
I
but
think it was PlayStation's answer to Dragon Age. That was kind of their little thing, and I don't know. It to me, it just never reached those heights. It is kind of a generic fantasy, and I know we're gonna get hate for that. We're gonna get attacked for this because
I know
Dragon's
Luke
Dogma is something that a lot of PlayStation fans really love.
I know Luke Lore over at the Xbox Expansion Pass liked Dragon's Dogma 1 quite a bit. So if he wants to tell us what is special about Dragon's Dogma, I would love to know because I've never played it. I'm not trying to.
I don't
Maybe
know.
it's a really great game. This trailer didn't really sell me on it.
Oh, I always thought Dragon's Dogma was a PlayStation exclusive for some reason. I just looked it up. It was on the 360. Never mind.
Yeah.
Either way, it just was meh. Meh.
We got a cinematic trailer for the Talos Principle 2 Snorefest
Got nothing.
puzzle game. We got a trailer for the Plucky Squire.
Which we're
Still no
both
date.
excited for.
Still no date. Still just generic 2023.
Damn, but we're both excited for that game. And I think we're still excited. Any new update on that game?
No,
On the trailer? Same
just
thing.
phenomenal looking still.
Awesome.
Devolver does have a showcase. It's a few hours after Summer Games Fest live stream on Thursday the 8th.
That would be
So I'm
cool to check out.
thinking Devolver might announce the release date there.
Awesome. Yep, that makes sense.
We got a trailer for Teardown, which is a Minecraft-esque
Oh,
extraction game,
oh wait, no, not the
heist
one I'm
game.
thinking of.
It's on PC. Did
Yeah,
nothing for me.
nothing.
Looked boring.
Oh yeah, I have
Uh,
heard of that game before. It's been out for a bit.
yeah, it's been out on PC for a while, but it's coming to consoles.
Yeah.
Neva is an indie game from the creators of Grease. It had a very nice trailer with a bunch of animals dying. So
Oh,
I'm sure it'll be a sad game.
good marketing strategy.
Yeah, there's a lot of CGI in this showcase, not much gameplay at all. So if you're like, well, what's the game about? Your guess is as good as mine. All right, I'm doing my best here. We got a trailer for Cat's Quest: Pirates of the Caribbean.
They showed this during a PlayStation State of Play. That's
Yeah,
beautiful.
it looked like a
Play-
game I would play
PlayStation
when I have nothing else to play, and I would have a great time with it.
Paparazzi. It's
Exactly.
their answer to paparazzi, Kevin. Xbox snagged the legendary video game Paparazzi onto Game Pass, and they said we got to do something about this. Show off Cat's Quest Pirates of the Caribbean. It's going to be exciting. I
Great name.
Yeah, that name's awesome. If it's just one of those goofy games like Paparazzi that I can get some achievements or trophies on, then I'm all for it. Yeah.
Yeah, it looked at one point you were like in a ship fighting other pirates. It was very cartoony, very colorful. It looked cute and fun. Um, and the biggest announcement, Metal Gear Solid Delta Snake Eater. This is the
Ooh.
remake of Metal Gear Solid 3 that has long been rumored.
Yep.
No release date was given, and then Konami basically refused to tell us who was developing the game for a long time, until someone on Twitter finally got it out of them. It's like, it's an internal staff between this people and Konami. I'm like,
Yeah.
okay. The trailer was literally just animals fighting in the water, and then Snake comes into frame, and I'm like, okay.
Yep.
Um, I've never connected with any Kojima game. I don't get the appeal. None of them look interesting to me, so I do not care about this at all.
I really enjoyed my time with Metal Gear Solid 5, which is so far the only Kojima game I've played. I've been meaning to jump into other ones. I recognize his talent, though. I think he's made some incredible video games, beautiful artwork, beautiful art style in his games, really interesting concepts in a lot of his games that are impressive. And this is heralded as one of the best games he's ever made, Metal Gear Solid 3. I hear a lot of people talk about this game with very high regard. So it's cool that they chose this game to remaster, and I'm looking forward to seeing more about it. Definitely something that should be on my bucket list.
Mhm. They did announce a Metal Gear Solid remaster collection coming to
Mm.
PlayStation. Xbox didn't include that, so I don't know if that's coming to Xbox. Just the remake of Metal Gear Solid 3
Yeah,
is.
it's weird.
Not sure if the remaster collection's coming though, so keep an eye
Yeah.
out for that.
Yep.
And that's all of the third party announcements that are coming to Xbox.
Yep.
There were some other stuff that was exclusive, and not many first party IPs from PlayStation.
Which is
I
not what anyone was talking about, I feel like.
that
Everyone was
no
saying we were gonna see something about Wolverine, we were gonna see stuff about Spider-Man.
well, I think Xbox has already started with their cheeky little tweet,
Yeah.
but like
Firing
the
shots across the bow a
the
little bit there.
the narrative was that PlayStation was going to put their boot on Xbox's throat when they were down
Yeah,
because the
exactly.
Redfall fiasco, and this has kind of opened the door where like if Xbox's showcase is really good, like it's a whole different
Different
conversation at this point.
the tides have turned.
Which Xbox has teased Fable last night. They teased Fable for the
That
showcase.
would
All
be
right,
huge.
so.
Woo!
We can go into story number 2, which is just your monthly Game Pass update. And I'm surprised they even gave us one with the showcase so close. But
Mhm.
coming to Xbox Game Pass available right now, we have Chicory, A Colorful Tale for cloud, console, PC. We have Far World Pioneers for console and PC. We have Car Mechanic Simulator 2021 on June 1st, cloud, console, and PC. Slayers X Terminal Aftermath Vengeance of the Slayer, cloud, console, PC, also on June 1st. The Big Con for cloud, console, PC on June 1st. Amnesia The Bunker for cloud, console, and PC. That is a new Amnesia game, day one
Ooh.
release.
Mm.
Hypnospace Outlaw returns to the Game Pass June 6th as well, cloud, console, PC. June 8th, we get Rune Factory 4 Special, cloud, console, PC. June 8th also brings us Stacking for cloud and console. And June 13th gets Dordogne for cloud, console, PC. I have no idea if I said that right. Probably not. But
No.
any of these games piquing your interest there, Ethan?
No.
No, no, no.
I heard a few names in there that I'm familiar with that I know have either cult followings or a niche market that they like to appeal to, but just a lot of quantity. Don't really know much. Obviously, it seems like a bunch of smaller games, which I'm all about that,
Mhm.
especially working how long I do. I love those small video game experiences, so I'll peruse them eventually, but I don't really have anything on my radar right now.
I've heard really good things about Hypnospace Outlaw, which is a indie game that people hold in pretty high regard. Amnesia the Bunker, I think, is a good get, day one
Too
release
scary.
coming to Game
Too
Pass.
scary.
But yeah, I've tried Amnesia games in the past. They are far too scary for
I'll
me.
watch
They're
Markiplier play it. That's it.
Rune Factory 4 Special, I think, is a good get for the Japanese audience. That's
Yep,
awesome to
that's
see.
one that
But
I figured people would enjoy.
yeah, it doesn't really appeal to me. Nothing
No.
here. I saw a lot of people complaining, a lot of indie games, double A games coming this month. And everyone, we got a showcase coming, okay? There's going to be Game Pass announcements at the showcase. I can
Yeah.
guarantee that for you. All
Yep.
right. They do this every June, and every June there's Game Pass announcements. So
Yep.
I don't have much more to say on that. If you're looking forward to, hope you enjoy the Game Pass games. But Ethan, let's get into the meat and potatoes
Ooh.
of the show, if you will, and that is our showcase predictions. So
All right.
you and I each have a couple predictions here. Why don't we? I'll kick it off, and then you can go, and then we'll just go back and forth, and we'll talk about some predictions.
All right.
I think there's some pretty nonsense ones on here, but uh, starting strong. My first prediction: Hellblade 2 gets a gameplay trailer
Yeah.
and a release date for November or December of this year. I think Hellblade is
Yeah.
coming this year. I think that's going to be a big, big drop surprise. Like, oh my God moment. Can't believe that they're actually giving us Hellblade this year.
Yeah, I think this is the one I'm probably most confident about that we have on this list. Hellblade 2 is something that we know is coming up, know is going to be close, and it's got to be in there to fill in that Q4 for Xbox for the holiday season. So, and I think we've seen some internal stuff or people insiders talking about how this is definitely going to be Xbox's plan was to have this be a holiday release. So really excited for it. It'd be really cool.
All right. So that's probably the one we're most in agreement
Yeah,
for. But
absolutely.
your first one, Ethan, if you will.
All right, I'm going to start off down here. So it's going to be, they're not going to mention a single damn thing about Halo Infinite. It's going to be persona non grata, ghosted. They're not even going to mention a new season, nothing. They're going to pretend it doesn't exist, Kevin. They're going to lock it in the attic. All right, that's it.
Why?
Because it's dead, Kevin. Nobody's playing the damn game. Nobody's talking about the game. Nobody's streaming the game. Nobody's watching people stream the game. It sucks. Okay. It's over. We need to bury it. It's
Wow.
dead. They didn't mention it in their previous showcase or little developer direct that they did, and they're not going to mention it now. I think they're done. Maybe obviously they're going to still put out the updates. They're still going to give us the seasons. They're still going to plaster it on your homepage on your Xbox. You're still going to get those weekly Xbox videos that come out talking about Halo Infinite or something. But I just don't see why you would waste any time, any airtime in this showcase where all eyes are on you to talk about a miserable failure of a multiplayer game when you're already just going through another miserable failure of a multiplayer game. Like, you don't need to bring up the past. No reason to talk about Halo Infinite here.
So is this just Halo specifically, or do we not get any of those smaller updates? Like, we usually get a little Sea of Thieves update, we'll probably get a
Oh,
grounded
yeah. Sea of
update.
Thieves
But
grounded? Absolutely.
oh, okay. So they're
Fire from the hip.
specifically ignoring Halo in
Halo
your
Infinite.
eyes.
They're not going to talk about it. And I mean, they probably will, which is going to upset me because it's a waste of time. They shouldn't be talking about it.
What about the rumored Tatanka that we known about from
Who
Certain Affinity?
cares?
Wow, you're
It's
really
dead.
down on Halo.
They could put out the greatest battle royale ever made attached to Halo Infinite, and still nobody else would go and play the game. I'm pretty sure it's dead in the water at this point. I don't see any reason on wasting time on it.
Wow. Okay. All right.
I'm
No
a little
Halo
salty.
Infinite.
I'm sorry.
No
I'm a little
Halo
salty.
Infinite.
It's
That
probably
is.
lack of sleep talking right now. I'm a little angry.
I think Halo will be in here. I think it'll be in the update portion of the show with Sea of Thieves and Grounded and their live service titles.
I swear, if
Maybe
it's just a flash
Tatanka,
of like a
but
new armor set,
yeah, if it's a
and
new
that
season, we can keep it.
qualifies.
All right, we can keep it off the show. All right,
Okay.
it has to have something substantial like Tatanka, the battle royale mode.
All
But
right.
if it's a no show, then I assume it's just seasonal content for a while. So
Yep.
next one, Ethan. This is a
Yep.
big one. Persona 3 remake trailer is shown, gets an early 2024 release date and coming to Game Pass day one. Those
Really?
all one prediction for me. We didn't see any Persona at the PlayStation Showcase, which
Right.
makes me even more confident that Sega and Atlas especially has a better relationship with Xbox at the current state. They just last year we got 3, 4, and 5 Persona, all the
Yep.
Persona games come to Game Pass. We've seen Soul Hackers come to Game Pass. Seems they have a very good relationship. I don't think Persona 6 is going to be revealed here. I think Persona 6 is kind of like either their own thing or that would be a PlayStation thing just due to the longevity of Persona on that platform.
Right.
But I think Persona 3 Remake is a title that could be, it's a big get for Xbox. It makes them look stronger in the Japanese market, and bringing it to Game Pass would be huge, especially because they did bring the other ones. So it's kind of a signal of intent in my mind.
Yeah, you got to think when Xbox went to Atlas and they inked out this deal to bring the Personas and their other JRPGs to Game Pass, you had to know that you had to expect that Xbox would ask like, "Hey, we know you're making Persona 3 remake. Want to throw that in there with the cherry on top?" I mean, come
Mhm.
on. You'd be crazy not to ask for that. So, would it surprise me if that deal was made? Absolutely. I agree.
I've I know a few weeks ago I reported, well, I didn't report, but I talked about with Seth Sturgill, um, about how there were leaks of Persona 3 remake and a remake or a reboot of Jet Set Radio,
Yeah.
which has a long history of
Yep.
Xbox. So if there, I was debating like, do we go Persona 3 or do we go Jet Set Radio? If it's both, that would be insane.
Yeah.
But I went
Woo.
Persona 3. I think that game has to be coming very soon. I went early next year. I don't know if it squeezes in this year just because I feel like uh, is 6 months enough time for
Right.
them to get their marketing going? Might be, but I'm pretty confident that we see Persona 3 remake here.
Yeah, I agree with you on that one.
Oh, all right, okay. What's your next one?
I think there's going to be a short segment where they quickly apologize about Redfall. So Phil Spencer has taken the helm in trying to take ownership of how horrible Redfall has been. He did it on the Kind of Funny X cast. He's talked about it on other areas on his social medias and everything. How he's sorry about disappointing the fans. But this is going to be the first massive showcase since this whole disaster, and all eyes are going to be on Xbox in the gaming world and the enthusiast world. Everyone's going to be watching. And I feel like there's going to be something short. Maybe it comes from Arcane Austin. Maybe it comes from him. But we've seen it before. Studios or developers or publishers apologizing for things during showcases, like we were talking about before the show. Nintendo did it with Breath of the Wild 2 when they promised that they would give us a trailer, and they came out and said, "We have nothing for you. We apologize." And I know it can bring down the room, but if you do it quick at the beginning, it takes ownership of an issue and you move on from it.
I cannot see them doing this. I feel like they already got their apology out on the Xbox, on the XCast. Sorry for kind of funny. I feel like it would bring the show down. I
No.
really, I think at this point, you let Redfall fade into the ether and be forgotten about.
Or how about
Um,
this? How about this? Maybe they don't apologize, but they give you a roadmap update to what Redfall is going to be. But in that roadmap update, it's going to be prefaced with a sort of apology by saying, like, they might say something along the lines of, "We know Redfall wasn't what you expected, but going forward, this is what we are going to like." That sort of PR speak that seems realistic to me
yo,
because
Redfall's
they're going to
Redfall's
have to talk
deader
about it.
than Halo Infinite. If
They
they're
have
not
this whole
having,
roadmap plan for it. They've already Phil Spencer has talked about how they're still going to work on the game. They still need to bring out what is it,
they
the 60
shouldn't.
FPS patch,
They
all that
shouldn't. They
stuff.
kill it. Just
I
just let it
agree,
die. Just let it die.
but Xbox doesn't let these games die. Clearly, Kevin, with Halo Infinite. So
There's no redemption arc for Redfall. I'm sorry, there just isn't. This isn't a No Man's Sky situation. Redfall will not have a redemption arc.
mm, I don't know.
And
Anybody can be a No Man's Sky. Nobody could have thought No Man's Sky was
no,
eventually going to be a
no,
great game.
no, barely anyone can be a No Man's Sky. In fact, that's why so few games. Crossfire X, it could be a No Man's Sky. It got delisted. All right, where's its No Man's Sky
Delisted.
moment?
Oof, that's tough.
Redfall, no, it's just not there. It's just not in the. I don't
All
care
right.
how many updates they give to the game. It's not gonna fix the issues with Redfall. So
Okay, how about we modify this then? I think they're going to talk about Redfall, but not about Halo Infinite. Do you want to say they're going to talk about Halo Infinite, but not about Redfall?
I feel more confident in that. Yes.
All right, we can do that. That'll be our little contest for this showcase. I'm looking forward to that. It's
Yeah,
going
I
to be
feel
funny.
more confident that Halo Infinite shows up than Redfall.
All right, all right.
Oh man. Okay, back to the positivity. And game releases. Aiden Chronicles 100 Heroes gets a release date reveal.
Hmm.
This has been a game that Xbox has heavily been marketing. Obviously, they released Aiden Chronicles Rising onto Game Pass last year, which was a little prelude to this game. This is the Suikoden inspired style game. It's supposed to come out this year. We haven't heard that much or basically anything for the first 6 months. So I think they've been saving it for the Xbox showcase. We get that release date reveal. We know it's coming to Game Pass day one. So this
Yep.
would be a good an indie release, a big indie release that they could get for their show.
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. Iuden Chronicles. I played a little bit of that. Which one was it? Rising,
Rising.
the first one that came out. I enjoyed it, but I feel like this is a pretty safe one, so I don't
Damn.
got any qualms with it.
I'm trying to go big here, but apparently I'm safe. So
Iuden
uh
Chronicles. Is that like bigger than I think it is?
no, it's a new IP.
Yeah,
But like, I feel like nobody else is predicting Iron Chronicles. I feel like
because nobody
nobody's talking about it.
nobody talks about Iuden Chronicles. That's
Y'all
why.
gotta expand your. I just care about Starfield.
Yeah, you just want me to play Monarch. I know,
Yo,
but
Monarch, so good.
you know what game we are going to get an update on, Kevin? This is a big one. This is a real big one that everyone's talking about, and that's Avowed. We need stuff for Avowed. I don't think we're going to get a release date. I'm just going to say it. I think we're going to get disappointed. Don't. Maybe a year. Maybe if I want to attach a year, what should I attach? When did When did Pentiment come out?
2024, I think, is the most realistic.
2024. Yeah,
Because
Pentiment came out in 2022. Grounded had its 1.0 release in 2022. So
after Hellblade is Avowed, like I'm
you
pretty
think?
confident from first party. Absolutely.
I don't see it coming out in the first quarter of 2024.
Really, I thought that would be a good. I think that's a good
I
first
feel
half of
like
next
if
year.
we still have seen almost nothing about this game, I don't see it suddenly getting a release date. I guarantee you it gets delayed into later into 2024.
Oh, don't do
I'm
that
just
to
gonna
me.
call it. I just have that feeling for this game. Just they haven't been released. Hopefully I'm completely wrong because I am excited about this project. Hopefully we get a lot of information tomorrow, maybe a year or maybe a quarter. Who knows? But I just feel like this game is gonna need to take some time because it seems ambitious. It seems really big. Just that little bit we saw, we can tell there's going to be a lot of movement and mechanics and different things interacting with each other in the world. It's going to be a very in-depth RPG, something that's not easy to make. So I could definitely see this having to sit in the oven for a little bit longer. But I think we're gonna talk about Avowed come this showcase, and I'm really excited to. And maybe cherry on top, I would love to just see another teaser for Outer Worlds 2, even if it's just another goofy cinematic trailer like they did during the what was it, the Summer Games Fest, was it, when they
No,
came
it
out
was
with
their
it?
Xbox showcase last
It
year.
was the last Xbox showcase. So maybe we get another goofy thing about that just because I love the Outer Worlds humor. I think it's really, really funny. So but I'm more confident that we're gonna see some stuff about Avowed.
I think I agree with you on this one. I think we see Avowed. I think we see gameplay.
Gameplay.
I don't know how much gameplay, maybe mostly CGI with some gameplay snippets in
Mm-hmm.
there.
Yeah.
I do think it gets 2024 probably. I don't think they give a quarter. I think they're probably going to keep that close to
It's
the
gonna be
vest for now.
2024 Game Pass
Yeah,
day
yeah, yeah,
one.
yeah,
Yeah,
for sure.
pretty much.
Especially if they're coming out with, we have Starfield, Forza
Yeah.
Motorsport, and then hopefully Hellblade 2 coming. I think they can, I think they could afford to just go 2024.
Yeah. Just show us what we got for next year. We'll
And
figure out the
then,
details later.
then, once they release those games, do a little developer direct, give us that release date
Yeah.
for probably first half of next year. I'm hoping.
Yeah.
So yeah, I can see Avowed. My final prediction and the final one we have here, Banjo Kazooie is finally rebooted. Yes,
You got
folks,
to do your yearly prediction for
I
this.
have made this prediction every single year, every single time that we've done a prediction show, not even just our show. I
Yeah.
went over to the Xbox Drive last year and I said the same thing. Okay. Banjo Kazooie will rise again.
Oh
All
man.
right.
I wish you nothing but luck, my friend. I really do.
I
I
wish
would
you
be
believe me.
I would be so happy to actually see Banjo Kazooie get a reboot, and I would play it. Trust me, I would love it. But you know,
They
it's I don't know.
Listen, Xbox knows the community is like not so hot on them right now. This will get them in the good
I think
graces.
this will dig him out of the hole. Is
This
Banjo-Kazooie.
will community will go wild. All right, and maybe I overestimate the appeal of Banjo Kazooie, but
I don't think you do. I think there's a lot of people out there who love Banjo-Kazooie, myself
as they should.
included. But I think a lot of us have just come to accept, Kevin, that it's dead. And we just need to accept that in our hearts. Okay.
They put him in Smash. They have an updated
Put him in
render.
Smash.
They have an updated render for Banjo. Like, just make a game.
They put ice climbers in Smash. Have you ever seen a game about ice climbers, Kevin?
I have a very detailed outline for what could be an awesome third-person action adventure ice climbers game.
That sounds great.
The
I'm
ice
not
climbers
even
get
gonna lie.
separated on the mountain. You switch perspectives until they're reunited, and then it becomes like an army of two situation where you like can either co-op or
Ooh,
command
shout
the
out.
other
Army of
climber.
Two. So they carry
I
the M240 saws around and shoot people.
No,
And
they'd have their hammers. They just have their hammers and they'd like beat the crap out of enemies
Yep.
on the map. But like, I have Nintendo. Hit me up,
100%.
okay? I'm willing to
100%.
sell you my script.
They're willing to make games about Wario. Like, come on, they've already scraped the bottom of
Right.
the barrel with some of these
Right.
characters. All right, so
Ice Climbers has
sorry,
a lot
Wario
of
fans.
untapped potential.
All right,
I honestly thought when I downloaded Dreams, I was like, I'm gonna make my Ice Climbers game in Dreams, and then I was like, Dreams is trash. This is impossible.
Yeah.
All right, Ethan, let's round out the show with some listener questions.
Yeah.
Oh, wait, before we get into that, I got to shout out Hopple, who sent in his predictions for the Xbox Showcase. Thank you, Hopple. You can write in over on Twitter or in our Discord. We ask for questions every week. Hopple said that he thinks Sea of Stars is going to get a Game Pass announcement, and
Ooh.
his dream is a shadow drop. Now, got to say that this game has a release date for August 28th. So I don't think Xbox can shadow drop it and have 2-month exclusivity deal
Wouldn't
on
that be
that.
dope?
But dream big. Game
I mean,
Pass deal, I'm all for.
Sea of Stars. I mean, I'm excited for that. It's like it's a prequel to The Messenger, which I did play a little bit of. I really enjoyed the art style. Pretty hard game. I don't know about you. I don't know if you played it at all. It was a little difficult, but I enjoyed it.
All right, we have some questions around the show. They all come from Terabo, who's in the Discord. He wants to know, how would we rate Xbox's next gen so far out of 10, and how would you rate PlayStation's? This is
I mean, hardware wise, they're both amazing, right?
Mhm.
Like they both run games beautifully, especially games that are well optimized for them. You know, God of War Ragnarok was an absolute masterpiece of a video game. PlayStation's doing great. Hardware side, I have no complaints. Software, we just need more games, honestly, for both consoles. I'll probably give it a 7 in terms of games. The games that we've gotten have been pretty quality. I've enjoyed a lot of them, but we just haven't gotten a lot from both consoles.
I think we need to what if Xbox One is a 2 or a 3, right? Like in terms of overall generation, I would rate this one probably at 7 or at 8 with you, because I
7,
think
yeah.
PlayStation has put out a lot of exclusives that I've really enjoyed, like Ratchet and Clank. I liked God of War Ragnarok.
Yeah.
They're not doing everything I personally would like them to do as a consumer. I still do enjoy my Xbox more because I think Game Pass and even some of the games like Psychonauts 2 has been phenomenal. I liked Halo Infinite's campaign. All right. So
I did too. I liked it.
I would rate them both a 7
Yeah.
or an 8 depending on how I'm feeling, if I'm in a good mood and not
Yeah, you
kind
gotta
of
ask me like when I'm playing it. Like if you asked me right in the middle of playing God of War Ragnarok, I would have told you PlayStation smoked Xboxes. Like it's over with, you know.
And I would have told you Xbox
Yeah, he would have
One
told you
this
the opposite.
generation. This game is too long.
Let's
Two
not rehash that.
pacing
Kevin.
issues.
Let's not do it. I can tell everyone's getting mad at you.
Next question: does Xbox's showcase need to beat Sony's in order to restore confidence in the community? Uh, Listen, Xbox would have to put on an awful showcase not to win. All
Yeah.
right,
I think this question was submitted before the
I think
PlayStation
so.
showcase. So like there was not this context to it, but I think after the PlayStation showcase, we can confidently say that Xbox is going to bring some heat. I'm pretty excited.
Maybe this next one is better. Last question. Some Xbox fans feel like, quote, second class citizens. Is Sony showcase if Sony showcase is better, this might reinforce this point that PlayStation is the best place to be a console gamer. Maybe that question wasn't good because let me tell you, didn't reinforce that at all. It
Yeah.
reinforced third parties play on anything you want.
So what does that mean? Who thinks they're a second class citizen for playing a $600 console and a $70 game? Get your head out your ass. You're
No,
not second class
I've
citizen.
actually heard this from quite a few
Privileged
people where
Marv.
they think Xbox is treating Xbox console owners like second class citizens and catering more to the PC side now.
Boo-hoo, boo-hoo, boo. I'm playing the world's smallest violin, Kevin. Whatever.
Uh, yeah, people have victim complexes. So
There's a lot worse things going on in the world. Okay.
I'm enjoying my Xbox there. I don't feel like a second class
Yeah, I
citizen.
feel great. I feel every time I open up my Xbox, I feel like I'm at home. All right. I
Yeah,
love
I'm
my
like, ooh,
Xbox.
piece of candy. Ooh,
Ooh, a
piece of
piece of
candy.
candy.
That'll do it for this week, guys. A bit more of a relaxed show. Not much news. We're getting into showcase season. If you missed our live reaction to the
Oh, yeah.
PlayStation 1, go check that one out. Might have a Summer Games Fest live reaction or maybe a Devolver Digital, depending on if we can't do one or the other, next week on June 8th. But we're definitely live reacting to the Xbox Showcase on June 11th. So come hang out with us, probably 12:50-ish Eastern time that Sunday. Like I said, we want to see you in the chat getting hyped for all the sweet Xbox
Oh, yeah.
announcements. Ethan, closing remarks, anything to say? Where can people find you?
In the Discord, I'm excited for the Xbox showcase. I'm really happy that I got the day off so I can live react with y'all. Gonna be one of my favorite days this year, doing content with us. So gonna be fun. Show up.
Absolutely. And I've heard that they're showing it in some movie theaters. If anyone wants to go
Ooh,
watch it in
that
a
sounds
movie
really fun.
theater. Can't live react though. But pull out your phone, live react from a theater.
Oh yeah, no, that would just
Uh,
piss everyone off.
yeah. No, not.
Don't do it.
How do they do that? How do they send the theaters the footage, or does the theater like pull up
I don't
YouTube?
know how these projectors work. I'm assuming the projector just has HDMI cords. Like you could probably just project a YouTube video on a theater, right?
I don't know. Well, if you want to tell me how projectors and theaters work, I just saw The Little Mermaid, by the way. I don't know how to
The live
feel.
action,
Yeah,
it's got to be good. Don't tell me it's bad.
it was fine. It was fine.
Oh, that scares me, Kevin.
Under the Sea still the best song.
Okay, good. They still got a good
Oh yeah,
music.
Sebastian kills it. He's the best part of the
Yes.
movie. Best part of the movie,
I'm
hands
excited
down.
for Little Mermaid.
Yeah. But you can find us over at Save Game Media on Twitter. Stay up to date with all of our latest. You can find me at the Muffin Mon on Twitter. It's a 1-7I and 0-7A. Follow us over there. We'll see you next week. Goodbye.
Peace.